slice and dice support for law enforcement to not include the Capitol Police officers who protect their lives. It's appalling. And I wonder if you think that there's any, if the committee is sort of pressing on that as an open door. As Matt said, people see these folks every single day when they walk in and out. It's hard to imagine any of the Republicans, people like Kevin McCarthy, even able to make eye contact.
Yeah, these Capitol Police officers were heroes. That can't be said enough. I know there's a lot of discussion when Time named its Person of the Year that it should have been them for what they did to protect lawmakers, to protect our democracy last January 6th. That can't be overstated, and it shouldn't be lost on anyone that a Republican Party, and again, not everyone, but a large number of Republicans who often will take the phrase Blue Lives Matter seem to think, well, maybe not these blue lives, these Capitol Police officers who were out there that day, or Metropolitan Police officers who helped out, who also were wounded and their lives in jeopardy, badly injured. And it's certainly one of the avenues that, yes, that I think we will hear from the committee. This officer here speaks so movingly about what happened that day. He's far from alone. There are a number who could certainly testify before the committee and certainly continue to give interviews like these where once again Americans will be forced to hear just really what happened that day and what shame should be brought upon so many of the Republicans who want to look the other way.
I cannot live with it not being investigated at all, Donna. That's what Harry Dunn says in the Daily today. It not being investigated at all is exactly what every Republican in the House of Representatives and the United States Senate, save for the two that are on the committee and a few that voted to form that bipartisan commission, stands for. The Republican Party stands for no investigation into a deadly insurrection at the U.S. Capitol. I wish I could stop being galled and shocked by that, but that's where we are.
Yeah, I mean, my heart is just breaking every time I've heard from the Capitol Police officers, and particularly Officer Dunn, because I think that he represents both the courage and professionalism of the police officers on January 6th, but the fact that they show up to work every single day to stand in the gap for these, Republican senators and House of Representatives members who refuse to even want it investigated at all. And so, I'm glad that this committee has formed. It doesn't matter that the Republican Party largely rejected it, because I think it's going to do its work and give Officer Dunn and the other police officers and members of Congress the validation that they need for what happened on January 6th, and for all of us in the American public who witnessed that, because it was a crime against individual members of Congress, it was a crime against the institution, but it was also a crime against the American people, and it's important to be able to see that.
Donna Edwards, Jonathan Lemire, Matt Miller, thank you all so much for spending this hour with us. We're grateful, and it's great to see all of you. The next hour of Deadline White House starts after a quick break. Don't go anywhere.